we go. Welcome back here. Round 7 of the Summer of Surf from Fairhaven. And Bass Strait, well, really getting gnarly now. And here we go, the Open Ironwoman final. Not many starters here, Josh, but gee, the girls willing to have a go in these really cold and really tough conditions.
Yeah, it's a small field, but it's a good field. It should be a tight race. Emma Armstrong from Half Moon Bay, Lisa Ferguson from Morty Alley, Kira Kinsey, the former Victorian, now up at North Burleigh, Wendy Renshens there, the local girl from Fairhaven, Ash Rich there, another Half Moon Bay competitor, and Danny Sylvester from Gunnamatta. She's the only competitor from her club here, Kurt.
Yeah, the girls get underway. Well, hopefully she'll have a handler, but they're all friends down here in Victoria. Oh, bang, straight away and off as well. So a bit of work to do there for Danny. And it also looks like in a bit of trouble early. Wendy Richens there, the local girl from Fairhaven. She's got to get that ski moving. But a great start, Kira Kinsey from North Burleigh. And flying away as well. Looks like the girls from Half Moon Bay. Maybe Emma Armstrong, we saw her in the Dakin air conditioning ski race, have a really good start.
Yeah, she did really well. She'll try and use this ski leg to her advantage. We saw how strong she was, but it's Kira Kinsey there on the top of your screen in the green. She's used that left-hand side. We saw her work in the women's ski and board races, so she's got a little bit more experience being from up in Queensland, spending that time up there at North Burleigh with the likes of Liz Plumas, Brodie Moyer, and she'll use that to her advantage as the girls struggle to get through this outer bank. It's just coming down so hard on such shallow water out there.
Yeah, little gap emerging here on this right-hand side. That's what you want. Bang, just over the top. Oh, that's what you love. It's one of the best feelings in surf, Josh. Explain it to us. When you just get over one, you come down the other side, you know you're safe, you know you're in the clear water.
Yeah, and there's no better feeling knowing that everyone else is getting belted behind you as you're out paddling, going around the Kansas. We see the girls on the inside struggling to get on their skis. It's just doing it so tough. But Kira Kinsey out in front, not a drama in the world. We've seen her all summer long. She's 5th in the Coolangatta Gold this year, so we know she's got the endurance, and at this point she's doing a great job out there in front of Emma Armstrong from Half Moon Bay. So it's a race in 2 as we see the swell still coming in. This is going to be all over for the rest of the girls here with these waves coming through, but I guess there's a long way to go, Kurt, and anything can happen.
Yeah, Emma Armstrong, outstanding start. We said she was fantastic in that ski final, and now look, the battle on to get to this first can. Oh, it's going to be a little just get there. So it will be Emma Armstrong just around in front. Kira Kinsey in 2nd spot on that green ski, and have a look. Daylight 3rd, and runners coming. Here we go. These things run on anything. And Emma Armstrong, the local girl from just down the road at Half Moon Bay, giving herself every chance to try and take out this first lead, and we'll get an even bigger lead on her rival here. It looks like it's going to be just the 2 girls in this one to battle it out.
Oh, it looks like she's in a bit of trouble there. She's slowed up, and that's... Oh, we'll see it explode at the back, and she spun around. She wasn't paddling there. See how quickly that wave was moving up on her. You've got to keep paddling like we see Kira Kinsey doing here. You've got to keep going. With that water rushing out to sea, you're going to get caught in no man's land, and she's in trouble again.
Oh, slammed down.
Smashed, and all that hard work is for nothing.
Oh, it hasn't paid off at all, and now just that little mistake has just been magnified tenfold, and she can't lose her ski, otherwise she'll find herself way back. But heartbreak for Armstrong, happiness for Kinsey all the way to the beach. Great wave selection, cool heads prevail, and all of a sudden this lead, well, she was trailing, she's still floundering in the water there. Kinsey's gone behind, and now she's in front by at least 200 metres.
And it just keeps coming. This surf's relentless out there. She's trying to swing her ski around. It's one of the hardest things to do in surf. If you get that thing caught backwards, getting it back round and out in front is the hardest thing in surf lifesaving. So she'll be struggling out there, and while she's struggling, Kira Kinsey's just cruising out in front. She'll take a rest and go into the next leg with no dramas. She's there, Emma Armstrong, she's back going, but look at the distance that she's dropped.
Yeah, it's just what happens, as we can see coming through transition. And the Ocean Grove handler there giving Kinsey her goggles. Looks like her family there obviously came from the Ocean Grove club. And much like Harriet Brown, moved to the Gold Coast and now trying just to step it up another lot. It's worked so well for Harriet Brown, and it looks like Kinsey's paying dividends as well.
Yeah, she's obviously, they've made the move up there. The water's warm and they can train all year round. There's some really high quality coaches in there, especially at the Gold Coast clubs in there, as we see some of the girls still struggling to get their skis. They're still on the way out, so these girls are being lapped at this point as we see Kira and Emma heading out on the swim. So that's just how tough it is down here, how tough these girls are doing it in this kind of swell. As that's Ashley Rich coming around there from Half Moon Bay. She's made her way around, but there's a lot of room to make up here, and she's a long way down.
Yeah, wearing the goggles in transition. I didn't see that too often, but that's a pretty cool looking look. But this low tide as well, these are big transitions. You're looking at maybe 200 metres plus, and that takes a massive toll on the legs. You've got to get off those legs as quick as you can, get into that swim leg, get the arms rolling over.
And it's so tough. The problem here is we see Lisa Ferguson coming in on the skis. You've been paddling with your arms mostly for the whole way in. Now you've got to run, so the blood rushes to your legs. You jump back into that swim, and the blood goes all the way back up. And that's the feeling you get. That's the feeling of tiredness and lactic acid in your body. That's from that blood transfusion up and down from your arms to your legs. It's such a hard thing to get used to, and that's why these Ironmen do it so well. The guys who continually do Ironman training, they're used to that feeling, and they revel in it. It's one of the hardest things to learn, but she's having a quick chat. It's just how tough it is out there.
Yeah, Ferguson from Mordialloc there, just shaking their head going, man, that was the heaviest ski leg we've done in a long time. But the girls making their way back in now, and our leader, Kira Kinsey. Oh, look at this body surfing. So puts their head up, and a little bit of a bounce there, but just died out in the wave. And again, this inshore gutter, you see these waves die out, and she'll try and get one broken.
Yeah, it's so hard to do, pick up a broken wave while you're swimming. And at this point, she's 2 legs down. She's really struggling, and she'll be breathing hard. And so those waves will be just so difficult to pick up. She's got to put her head down, kick hard, and look for the shore at this point, because it's daylight second at the moment. And if she can jump on the board with this kind of lead, she's going to be hard to beat, Kurt.
Yeah, most definitely. You look at some of the fittest women in the sport here going at it, and the hardest part is when your heart rate's going, when you've been going for 10 minutes, then you start to get the fuzzies, and all those little skills can just fall away. So it's that ability that great athletes can maintain that high skill level even when they're hurting, the muscles are burning.
That's it. It's small mistakes, especially in surf like this, that's going to make the difference at the end of the day. You don't choose the right lane out. You don't go under the wave deep enough. You mightn't pop at the right time. They're all the little things. As we see Kira Kinsey getting those legs out, she looks pretty fresh at this point, and she takes a look back, knows she's in front, but it's all those little skills that you need, as she's already lapped 1 or 2 of the girls on the ski. So it's a tough day for those girls, but gee, she's doing a good job out in front here. Kira Kinsey made the move up to North Burleigh there on the Gold Coast to train with the likes of Liz Plumers and then Tara Coleman as well. They're under the tutelage of Dan Norton-Smith up there, and the girls are doing a great job. So they've become one of the powerhouse clubs, especially in women's surf life saving, and it looks to be paying off here for Kira Kinsey.
Yeah, certainly throwing Brodie Moyer as well, and this really is a squad with some great pedigree. Obviously, Liz Plumers, the current Nutrigrain Series champion from this summer, and the 2-time and current Coolangatta Gold champion and current national champion. So if you want to be the best, you've got to race the best, and if you can train with the best day in, day out, then that's going to go a long way to you becoming one of the best in the business. As Emma Armstrong comes through to pick up her board. You said before, some of these girls lapping the other girls after that grueling opening ski leg. So just this board leg to finish off, and it's all about no mistakes now. Do the little things right.
Yeah, if she can get through the break here, get around the cans, no dramas. She doesn't look like she's struggling too bad. Nice long stroke, making sure she looks up as we see Emma Armstrong going in there. But if she can make no mistakes here, get through that last break and around the can, she's home and hosed. So there's a few waves coming here. She just hesitates for a second, and that's not good. Goes to the left, can see a gap, and if she can sneak over this one here, this is all out. But it's just going to clean her up, and a little crunch there.
Just clipped over it.
So
Great
just
shots.
Not quick enough, and this is how these races can change so quickly. You get clipped by one little one, you've got to make momentum up again, and who knows what can happen. The girls can sneak out, and you'll be home and hosed. As we see Ash Rich making her way up the beach. She's had a great swim and really dragged these two back out in front. So we look at, just getting belted on that outer bank.
Yeah, some great shots from the drone here, and giving us an indication of what it's like to try and take on these swells. These skills, when you pop over, the timing's everything. As Ash Rich comes to pick her board up, you're currently looking at 3rd spot here. Pretty drawn out at the moment, but an opportunity still. She's had to roll one. So Kinsey in a bit of trouble here, and this may open the door for Emma Armstrong in 2nd spot. And we talk about skyrocketing heart rates. Nothing blows you up quicker than having a couple of rolls in a board leg.
We just see how much, she's just struggling to get that board up. She's probably not sitting back far enough. It's all about getting on the back, pulling that strap, getting the nose up and over the whitewash, and she's just not doing a great job of it at the moment, as she has to roll another one there. So this is was just relentless, and the best Ironwoman in the field at this point is just getting belted by Mother Nature.
And have a look at this,
how
Emma
close it's become.
Armstrong. Her eyes have just lit up like dinner plates, but she's had to roll one as well, but a big opportunity now.
Oh, and she's
Kinsey's off. So here we go. All of a sudden, what looked like an easy victory is going to be a bit of a battle, but just getting through that one now. It could be into the deep water that she's been waiting for so long. Finally, the reward, and it looks like it's Armstrong's turn now to get pumped as she rolls another.
Oh, she's given herself and everyone on the beach a heart attack. She led Emma Armstrong back in that one, and just as Emma caught her, she snuck out on the right-hand side. So we can see how that differing line changes all day. Usually the left, that time it was the right-hand side that worked for Kira Kinsey.
Oh, the whirlwind of this water. It's going around like a washing machine at the moment. And what just dominated Kinsey there in the break. Now Armstrong is copping it as well. She's going to have to pop over that one.
And the tough part, Kurt, about being in that position for Armstrong is the water's so aerated. There's so many bubbles. There's so much white water that you can't get a full stroke in. So you're trying to get that board up and moving, but it's just like your hands running through nothing. So you've got to get the board up and going. Big, deep strokes. Get your hand out of that aerated water. Like Kira Kinsey here. In that blue water, no dramas at all. Put it in. But Emma Armstrong's just being belted. She was up level with Kira only about 2 seconds ago, and now she's just being destroyed.
Oh, Kira Kinsey, she's on the stomach, and there's a good reason why she's on the stomach as well. She is hurting. That took a lot out of her there. It's taken a lot out of all these girls. This has been a grueling Ironwoman for this small field, and they've certainly done their best. And here we go, the reward. Oh, you love a homecoming. I love a homecoming. There's nothing better than going back to where it all started. And here we go, Kira Kinsey. We know how much Harriet Brown loves coming back to Victoria, and of course started Ocean Grove. And now, will the heiress, the next one in line, the rising star, following in the footsteps of Brown, Kira Kinsey, as a name to remember for the future from Ocean Grove, and now competing here back home at Fairhaven for the North Burleigh Club.
That's it, 2 rounds in a row, Kurt. The returning queen. First Harriet Brown at Torquay, now Kira Kinsey here at Fairhaven. She's done a great job. We thought she was going to do it easy, but she had to work for it at the end, and that's what you like to see. Somebody who has to work for their victory, and she certainly deserves it here today.
So a little pep in the step now as she comes across the finish line. A big smile on the face, and just a couple of brave fans there clapping her across the line. But a historic day here. Kira Kinsey will take out her first ever Summer of Surf Open Ironwoman final. Oh, doesn't that hurt big time as well? And a gutsy effort here by Emma Armstrong. Oh, I thought she was going to be caught inside forever in that final board leg. Huey just ganged up on her, but she's going to hang on and take that second spot. So a well-earned second placing for Armstrong.
And despite the blowout early, Kurt, it looked like it was just going to be a race in 2, but it's ended up pretty tight here. That surf's always the evening factor here as we see Ashley Rich run up in 3rd place. She's really come back to the field, so tighter than what we expected here, but a great women's Ironwoman down here in Fairhaven, and the girls really deserve what they got today.
Yeah, what a race there. Half Moon Bay rounding out 2nd and 3rd. Well, by far the toughest conditions we've seen so far here in the Summer of Surf this season, and the local knowledge comes to the forefront with the former hometown girl, Kira Kinsey of Ocean Grove, and now up there at the North Burleigh Club on the Gold Coast, delivering in front of friends and family, ahead of Emma Armstrong and Ashley Rich of Half Moon Bay.
Winner of the Open Ironwoman, Kira Kinsey from North Burleigh, took out the lead in the ski.
Yeah, it was pretty difficult. I just wanted to stay on. It's pretty messy out there. I just wanted to have a clean paddle through, otherwise I would have just been caught.
Wave out the back, bringing you home on the board.
Yeah, well, near the last can, and sort of the set was coming through, and I was like looking, going, geez, I might have to paddle out here. So I sort of missed one, and then made sure I went around the can and caught a nice little one in. Didn't want to fall off or anything, so yeah.
So the cold conditions in the big sea of the Bass Strait is just up the alley for Kira Kinsey of the North Burleigh Club, launching her way into the top 8. But here the overall points go after 7 rounds, still headlined by all the familiar names: Carly Nerthen of Mooloolaba, Jordan Mercer of Noosa Heads, and then on to Mooloolaba teammates in Tian Raymond and Amy Nerthen. And look at this battle just heating up. Top 16, you've got to make it. Every race counts, every place counts for Newport on March 1.